on housing down at Stumpy's. So following the flood, we had about 100 people show up there. And, you know, she went through her report and gave her recommendations. And nobody, including us here, haven't been able to perform on those recommendations. I mean, so everything we've spent, or the state spent, in helping us get to the answers, we've just ignored. And we can continue to ignore it. My concern is if when Dan starts hiring, and I would assume they're gonna come in droves of 10 and 20.
Well, at least be 5, so I can tell you right now.
And that's just in the short term, but as you start to recruit people, what are you gonna run into?
Well, it's gonna be just like happened when, you know, we originally, okay, they settled and went on and started. Because there was nothing here, nothing.
Half of Lake Center lived and went on, traveled back and forth.
And they did that because there were not opportunities here?
Yeah.
That's my concern is, we can do all these things right and we'll have missed the opportunity to truly capture that market. And maybe it's bigger than just here, but a little thing, start something so that people see. And I'm sensitive to the fact that we don't want to compete with anybody, because then they will have you but for lunch. You know, if they think you're taking money out of their pocket, they're going to get pretty testy. If you come in and you're the highest price guy, I think it makes it more difficult for anybody to argue with you. The only problem you got is that if you are the highest price guy, can you find people to rent the doggone thing? But that's at least a challenge that's probably doable with a new structure. But maybe Brad's right, maybe this should be something that goes downtown, I don't know. If there's big enough areas to do that, I don't think there is, but you may feel otherwise.
Well, I guess it just depends on what you're
Trying
talking
to build,
about.
yeah.
20-unit complex, or you're talking about twins and fourplexes?
Well, we're talking, I think the numbers would show that if we don't build something in the 6 to 8 range, we're not gonna make it either.
Well, I mean,
Cash flow wise.
people that I've talked to in the apartments on the east side of town, while it's a rental, it's not a very nice rental because they feel like they're in a prison there. I mean, it's like you go in and you have to find your door into your cell. So, the big complex isn't always the answer, although it's under one roof and, it can be much more.
No, I'm thinking more like 6 to 8 townhomes of some sort.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, something that gives privacy.
Twin or fourplex, but several of them.
Yeah.
Something easy living.
Right.
Like out here where just Jim Kitchen's built, they're down the street from us. And there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 units there. In other words, there's 2 in each, and that would be very adequate.
And those that 6-hour built are actually 4 homes in one.
Yeah.
Nice size.
Oh, okay.
And if we had costs, saying, hey, here's what it's gonna cost to build it, and I'm sure that, Jim could tell you.
Maybe the way to generate discussion is to put on the agenda that we're going to be looking at an RFP for going out and doing just that. And there's never a doubt of that somehow that word will get out, and then maybe they will come and want to talk.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
That might be a way to identify the lots that are most suitable as well, price-wise.
Would you like us to take a whack at that and see if we can put an RFP together and just put it on the next agenda and see what you get?
Sure. Anything. I mean, we've got to.
If we're gonna do that, and if we're trying to invite some discussion, then let's put it on a meeting and put the meeting out there where it's conducive to the rest of the public too.
At 6:30 a.m.
Absolutely. Let's have it at 6:30 in the evening.
Yeah.
People can actually come and know, okay, now we've got somebody listening,
Sure.
and they wanna know what's going on, and how can we make this happen, for one meeting.